We're gonna make some apple cobbler in the Dutch oven. So I picked a bunch of apples from my apple tree, and this is the best one I have right here. This is an amazing, over the months, they just went from green to bright red, and they went from tart to just nice, sweet, and delicious. I don't know exactly what kind of apples they are, but I got a bunch of them. They're not all perfect, but what we're gonna make is some apple cobbler.
Cooking with the vegan zombie.
So these are already washed and ready to go. I'm gonna pick, depending on the size of them, 4 or 5 of these nice, delicious apples. They've already been washed. I have a Nakano knife that was sent to me, and this right here is the Mito chef knife. It's so sharp. The blade is made out of carbon stainless steel, and the handle is a high quality olive wood, as you can see, handmade over in Japan, and they've been doing these for over 100 years. So I got one of the top Michelin chef knives right here in my hand. It is so sharp. Let me go wash it straight out of the box, and let's see what it can do. Let's take a tomato, because a lot of people usually cut tomatoes when they have sharp knives. So we've got a tomato here. Let's see if it can just go right through it, because if you have a dull knife, it won't make it through the skin of the tomato. I do have a link for these below, and if you get them right now before the 29th, I believe, you get a little discount from it. So use my code ZOMBIEGATE. So here we go. Let's see what it can do. Oh my God, that is just amazing. There's nothing better than being in the kitchen and having a sharp knife. Okay, so we're gonna cut these apples, and I'm gonna cut them into little, look at that. We're gonna cut them kind of small. You can peel them if you want. The zombie apocalypse, I feel like we don't have time for that. We'll go back to that tomato. Ready? Don't worry, I'm not gonna let that tomato go to waste. All right, you're gonna wanna get that oven preheated. I got it up to 450. We want a nice hot, because normally I do this out on the campfire, but I ain't got a campfire tonight, so we're doing it right in the oven, just to show you that you can get a Dutch oven and still cook in your oven. You gotta be careful not to cut yourself with this knife. When I was a kid, I had a friend that had this little apple peeler. Maybe some of you guys have them. You put the apple on it, and then you put this little hook on it, and then it spins, and it peels the apple for you. I wish I had one of those right now. Okay, I like to cut mine super thin, so you can almost let them melt in your mouth when they're nice and cooked. Depending on how appley you want it, you can put 4 or 5 apples in there. This is what we got here. Right now, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a tablespoon of sugar, a pinch of salt, and a tablespoon of maple syrup. Oh, and we almost forgot a splash of cinnamon. I'm just going to stir that together. I have here my non-stick skillet, which, yes, some of you are wondering, is it still non-stick after a while? Yes, it's still non-stick. It's doing really well. And I do have a link below if you're interested in that. Just gonna put some of this vegan butter. We're using Miyoko's today. Just put that right in there like this. And then we're gonna pour our apples in there and put a cover over it. We're gonna let that sit for a little bit. All right, while that's cooking, we gotta make the batter. So in a bowl, big bowl, we got a cup of oat flour, 2/3 of a cup sugar. Got half a cup melted or room temperature butter. I'm using Miyoko's vegan butter. We got half a cup vegan milk. I'm using soy milk. 2 tablespoons maple syrup. In here, I got 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of cornstarch, a little bit of cinnamon, about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and a pinch of salt. It's gonna go right in there. All right, we're just gonna mix that right up. So technically, this is gluten-free. So now, this is just a really, really easy recipe. You get your Dutch oven. If you don't have one, go to the link below and get yourself one. They come in really handy. Okay, I've got this lined with a little bit of that Miyoko's butter melted down. The Oven is preheated to 450 right now. We're just gonna pour all of that in just like that. All right, check this out. That smells good. Remember, we don't want to mix this in. We just want to take these and just kind of drop them right on the top like that. Just like that. Let them just kind of find their way in there. Don't mix it up. We're just going to put that top right on it just like that, and we're going to put it in the oven for about 25 minutes, and we're going to check on it. Now we wait. Timer's up. Grab your pot holders, and we're going to take this out of the oven. Woo. You ready to take a look inside? All right, let's serve it up. Are we gonna let this cool off? I don't think so. Look at that. And of course, we got to put a little bit of ice cream on here. So I have some of the Oatly vanilla. This is good stuff. It's nice and creamy. Let's take a nice scoop of this. Let's make it look good. There we go. Apple cobbler. There it is. It smells delicious. I bet it's gonna taste delicious. I think that the way it looks on top might look a little bit different because I use that oat flour, but it still looks good. So we get to try this out. Okay, we got a little bit of ice cream, a nice piece of the crust, some of that apple. That's really good. Another easy recipe, cobbler, Dutch oven, homegrown apples, gluten-free. Remember, I got the knife, link below. Got the Dutch oven, link below. I got the t-shirts and the hoodies below. Subscribe, survive, watch out for zombies. I'll see you guys next time.